This is how the Cleveland Browns screwed the Pittsburgh Steelers and also gave us one of the best Thursday night football games in maybe NFL history, featuring a 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers and a 40-year-old Joe Flacco. Before tonight, Pittsburgh had the pole position in the AFC North. The North Pole position? Anyways, the Pittsburgh Steelers came to this game tonight 4-1, with the closest team behind them being the Cincinnati Bengals, who were 2-4. A win tonight would have put Pittsburgh up 3.5 games ahead of their opponents. Their opponents, who include the tanking Cleveland Browns and a Ravens team who does not have Lamar Jackson. So Pittsburgh would have been sweet, right? Sweet, yes, if they were playing against Jake Browning, who previously has been filling in for Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, who's out for the Cincinnati Bengals until December at least. But unfortunately for the Pittsburgh Steelers, they did not get to face Jake Browning tonight. They had to play Joe Flacco, who we know can still sling that G, because the Cleveland Browns traded Joe Flacco within the division, sending him to the Cincinnati Bengals as a holdover for Joe Burrow and making G a lot harder for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin was not happy with the Cleveland Browns after they sent Joe Flacco to the Cincinnati Bengals, an in-division trade. Mike Tomlin said it doesn't make sense to trade a quarterback you think enough of to make your opening day starter to a division opponent that's hurting in that area. But that's just my personal feeling. Obviously, the Cleveland Browns don't care. They're tanking. They got a bunch of quarterbacks over there, including Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. The last thing they're thinking about is not trying to hurt Pittsburgh. They trying to get whatever picks or compensation they can get back, and obviously the Bengals was willing to cough some G up. Joe Flacco was what Mike Tomlin feared he might be tonight, okay? 31 for 47, 342 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Now the Cincinnati Bengals are only 1.5 games behind the Pittsburgh Steelers for the AFC North. And they have a quarterback they know that can get the job done while they wait for Joe Burrow to come back.